Well, do another silver conspiracy update, and I'm not that heavy into conspiracies, but just here real quickly on Thanksgiving Day in the morning still. Um, you know, uh, some of these things that they've been pushing out there for so many years about the skies falling. I haven't been following a lot of this too heavily for a lot of years. Like for instance, I never heard of Lindsay Williams till maybe a couple years ago. I heard of Alex Jones, but off and on that type of stuff. But, I urge people not to get too deep into that garbage because they're in business. That's what they're doing. And if you want to actually have one of the most cost effective methods out there to enhance your life, it's not going to be with silver by listening to Lindsey Williams or by listening to Alex Jones. It is by getting a bicycle like this woman has done here by the beach and riding it to stay healthy, get a tan, get some sun, some vitamin D, and develop your derriere, so the most famous acid of all women, right? But, in my opinion anyway. But anyway, it's something that's actually relaxing. So, you pay $500 for a bicycle, you pay, $600 for a roll of coins. So, I don't know. I have my opinion on some things. That the world doesn't revolve around silver, but I'm going to keep commenting on these things because I think there's a lot of flaws in the arguments out there from a lot of people, and sometimes I think they're just in business to spread fear. Alex Jones being a number one guy. Now, Alex Jones has this belief that the world is going to be infiltrated by gangs of terrorist thugs roaming the streets of America like these three ladies here, so these three women. So, terrorizing the population at will. That's Alex Jones' main message. The sky's going to fall. We're going to Mad Max, and here we have three Mad Maxines with all their makeup and their bicycles and their little pudgy dog that are roaming the streets of America. This is the scene that Mad Max Alex Jones likes to paint all the time. It's right around the corner, folks. I'll tell you, this. I swear to God, and I'm not doing this for money. Oh, he's stamping the desk. Guy is so full of it, man. I'm going to say something else, and actually, I'm going to post a link. Actually, I got something from it was sent to me, a video from Alex Jones Debunked, and I'm going to put that link down there in the bottom. Hey, it's pretty good because, well, it's actually very good. It took a lot of work to put that together because he did a bunch of clips from Alex Jones' show, him telling him all these, in 2009, the sky's falling, the dollar will be dead in 6 months. I don't know, all this different stuff. But, this whole type of scenario relates to silver. You got the big guys out there like SGT and BJF and everybody else, telling you like silver. Well, I think the silver price is suppressed. I agree with that, but I don't know how much it's suppressed right now. But let me put it to you this way. Alex Jones back in 2000, boy, he made a lot of crazy claims when the Y2K thing was coming up with the computers and that Russia was going to nuke the crap out of us. Then about 7 months later, he's in Bohemian Grove, and he got his credibility back. Do you smell suspicion there? I do. Anyway, back to silver. Silver's doing pretty good on Thanksgiving Day. It's up 3 cents. You really get to be really excited about. And I was checking out this morning some more stuff by Lindsey Williams. So I want to comment a little more on some of this stuff about this guy. I'll even post this link on the bottom. You can listen to it. I'm skipping around because it's 2 hours long. I ain't going to waste 2 hours listening to this guy because he could tell me this crap in 5 minutes. But basically what he said is that that China is going to establish oil trade across the globe with using their money instead of the U.S. dollar. I don't know how the hell they're going to do that, but you know what? They might be doing it in concert with Iran because they had the Iranian oil barge. I don't know exactly their plans, but somehow I can't see them letting Iran just. Well, I don't know if the sanctions are going to work with Iran. So what I'm thinking is, at some point in time, they're going to go to war with this country, and it was on the brink a gazillion times in the last 2 years. But when that happens, as far as price explosion in gold, silver, oil, it's going to go right through the roof, just like Lindsey Williams says. But as far as these predictions and exaggerations, they are exaggerations because if you look back for the last several years, the dollar is supposed to have been dead every year. Gold and silver is supposed to go through the roof every year. and it hasn't happened. But not just yet. But what I'm expecting is this, and this is where this is really where I plan to make money. Is I think the next shot up on silver is probably going to go somewhere between 65 and 75 before they have the major pullback. And I'm waiting for this crap. I was hoping it was going to be here by the end of the year. But I still am very confident that that's going to be the trend. The dollar is basically going out the window, but I don't think it's going to go out the window anywhere as fast as, the AJ, Alex Jones and Lindsay Williams and all these other people are predicting. It could be Brother John F, SGT Bull, and any of those guys, Chris Duane, any of those guys. Because once things go up and all those people start screaming to the top of their lungs that the sky's falling, that's the time to probably move into the U.S. dollar. Really, really. So if you actually make your right moves on your commodities, you're going to make out like a fat rat. Now, Lindsay Williams talks a lot of crap about transactions that the elites do with the Swift MT760. Now, I forgot what that stood for, man. I don't even, I don't even give a shit about that crap because I always think the only thing I give a damn about is if somebody's going to pay me. Then I'll figure it all out. But it's like you can look this crap up all over the internet, what a Swift MT760 is. And actually, that's something that isn't used too much. He talks about it's for the elite. And well, you know what? I can tell you right now, I've seen a whole pile of stuff using those transactions with mega money, hundreds of millions. I did see a lot of that stuff. That's not bullshit. But you know what? I can't tell you what the hell the price of silver is going to do next month. So I don't know. I mean, I could... this is one thing for real, no bullshit. I would like to get a couple... I don't know if they would do this, but I would like to get a couple people on this YouTube and maybe not identify themselves at all and start talking. Because they could talk real stuff and talk a lot of crap way around Lindsay Williams if you want juicy stories. But... It really don't mean nothing because even the best of the best, like somebody like John Corazine, he screwed up, right? He was an aggressive trader. John Corazine of MF Global, he was an aggressive trader. Well, some other aggressive trader on the other side shafted him. So, I mean, what are you going to do, right? I mean, damn people don't know every damn thing. If you did, you really keep your mouth shut. But I'm going to say this, though. I think what I'm picking up on is... I'm kind of sick of some of these rip-off artists on YouTube with their bullshit. So I figure I'd come out here and talk too sometimes. But, I'm going to tell you, though, what's probably more important than silver, if there's a real emergency, like I said, make sure you have fuel, you have food, you have transportation. It could be the bicycle. I think that's a freaking great way of getting around. It's a lot of fun. And it's really good for some backup transportation for $500-$600. You got to get a pretty good one. You don't want a $50 one if the brakes don't work right or some shit. But this overemphasis on silver and gold, I think, is bad news all the way. And actually, I'd emphasize this. Food. This is where I think the prices are going to go up, whether there's QE or whatever. If the money supply starts circulating around in the country a lot faster or not. Food is going up because the stupid drought, not stupid, but I mean its drought has been continuing. This is basically an old chart off the, I forgot what the hell this is off, the U.S. Weather Service, the National Weather Service. And, it changes around every week, but basically the whole country is still in drought. So simply, whether the currency's crapping out or not, what's going to happen? Food's going to go up in price. So... one of the deals I'm going to be doing is I'm going to get some rosemary and basil, like herb plants, and start planting that stuff, something I was never into. And, just start with that, even though I have lots of food supply. But I would urge people to actually get into more of this gardening type stuff versus concentrating too much on the silver. And because in a real way, the most important thing you can get out of life, say, for instance, you own the earth. You know what? You don't want to be a crusty, unhealthy person. You want to be a vibrant, lively person that can, do things and that type of stuff. So the only thing that you should really emphasize the most out of anything is health, longevity, and that type of stuff. Feeling good, being bright, alert, and that type of stuff versus silver. And yes, I make colloidal silver all the time. And yes, I pretty much take it all the time too. And yes, I do a lot of other healthy things, but and of course, on days like Turkey Day, that's a good stuff too. I mean, it's good food, sweet potatoes and all that other stuff. But this overemphasis on the sky is falling. I just got to emphasize this again and again and again. These guys are making a living off the sky is falling. Bunch of, the conspiracy is about correct, and I can tell you a lot of juicy conspiracy stories. I was thinking about one where this woman and this guy got married because they didn't have to. They wouldn't be able to testify against each other, legally. So they got married. That was something that happened a few years ago. I was aware of that, some kind of things I was working on. So there's a lot of cool stories out there, and I wish I could tell them more in detail. But, I'd like to get some people on this YouTube, and I don't know if they want to do it, because, actually the guy I was trying to get on here, he ain't interested in talking about it. He's always trying to wheel and deal with all this bullshit. But he could talk circles around Lindsay Williams, and talking about being rubbing shoulders with the elite. There's people out there that do that shit all the time. It doesn't mean you know anything special. Doesn't mean you know anything special. But what I'm going to say is I'm going to use my plain common sense on a lot of things. First off, the U.S. is not going to be able to allow Iran to keep the oil bores open. Not the nuclear weapons. Yeah, I know they're going for nuclear weapons. I know they're also supplying Hamas with rockets. Hamas in Gaza that fire rockets to Israel. They're doing that. The biggest rockets Hamas has are made in Iran. So figure that out. So they do it through Hamas. And, there's other things going on with, like China trying to establish their currency as a world reserve. But you know what? When Lindsay Williams makes that statement about you can now trade oil in their money, that's bullshit. You know why? Because they don't have enough money out there. And it's going to slow process. It's not going to happen anywhere near as fast as this guy's saying. But what I'm picking up on is when you get Lindsay Williams saying something and you get all these other guys out there and it starts getting into a big frenzy like the whole sky is falling and Mad Maxines are on the street and they're terrorizing America and all this type of stuff, and you start seeing gold and silver going up, and silver's going over 50 and then it's 60. You know what? Like I said, it's going to be tough to sell the crap because you're going to be hearing all these stories. It's going to be tough in your mind to sell when silver's like at 60, 65, 70. Maybe it'll be hit 75 and pull back. But that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. I shouldn't even share this, but I don't have like a gazillion listeners, so who the hell gives a shit? It ain't going to affect the market. And people like that are permanent silver bulls, they're going to be telling me I'm full of shit and I'm a shill or something. So I don't really care, I'm just going to say that I think that's what's going to make me the money. Selling high, I think it will go up well over 50 when it breaks through that. And watching how these stories are starting to heat up again, it's going to be a good deal. It's going to be a good deal because you play the commodities markets right, you got loads of money. But yes, long term, the dollar is going to be cooked. I know that. So, but that's not the only thing. Is the only investment out there is not really silver. I have to agree with Jim Rogers a lot about agriculture, and I wish I could plant marijuana. Damn it. I wish I could. That would be my number one plant. I'd be planting that shit, selling that left and right because I think that's a great market. But, you can't do that because it's illegal. I don't know. They got Obama in office. He smokes weed. What the hell's the matter with this country anyway? I don't smoke weed, but if the president can, I can't see why I can't grow it, I think that stuff's some pretty good stuff because when I'm talking about healing, marijuana oil heals every damn thing there is. Everything, and I'm curious about it. So, I'm like a drug experimenter with herbs and nutrition. So, that's one of the best things going. And, of course, colloidal silver I take all the time. But, as far as looking at silver as your only be-all investment in the freaking world, don't do that. And I swear to God, I think these things are going to start heating up again. It's usually when everything's sitting flat for a while and you're getting bored and you're saying it's like, this silver's going up to 33 and it's down to 31 and it's up to 34. That's what it was doing in the summer, remember? Remember what happened in the summer? People was like 26, 27, 28, down to 26. And, Everybody's bored, and all of a sudden it shoots up. That's what I think is going to happen again. It's going to shoot up again. We're not going to be seeing the 20s anymore.